just, yeah, I don't really know what to say anymore. So a dead dog has been found in the freezer of a Vietnamese restaurant, and people are just going crazy about it on social media. It went viral a few days ago now. Apparently, the dead dog was labeled as a goat wrapped in leaves, and the meat was sent for analysis when it came back as dog meat. So the owner's defense lawyer said they had no idea that the goat was dog meat and said it was supplied to him by someone else and that the dog meat was not for sale for human consumption. Not sure that it's even illegal to eat dog in the UK. It's illegal to kill them and sell them. I'm not sure that we can just look that up. ChatGPT, let's go. Help us out here, brother. Is it illegal to eat dog meat in the UK for personal consumption? You can legally eat dog meat in the UK. It sounds gross and almost no one does it. Currently, UK regulations prohibit the sale, purchase or slaughter for meat of dogs or cats, and no abattoirs would be licensed for that purpose. But there's no explicit law forbidding someone from killing and eating their own dog at home. Isn't that crazy? That's probably because dogs are considered property. So maybe you can, eat your own property. That's actually super concerning. The UK government has stated selling dog or cat meat for human consumption is illegal, and there's no known evidence anyone has actually done it in the UK. What's interesting about this is his defense lawyer probably knew that consumption is not banned, personal consumption, but selling dog meat is. Isn't that interesting how, obviously dogs, depending where this dog was from, maybe they were a street dog that was killed, maybe it was someone's personal dog that they got sick of, maybe they came from overseas and they were killed in a horrific way, boiled alive, beaten with bats, who knows. But interesting though that no one was concerned that the dog meat was disguised as goat. You see, goats in this country are often used for milk. They're also eaten, but you might get goats that are being bred specifically for milk and they get their kids, they're called goat kids, taken off of them. The boys will be killed, often like execution style, with a bolt gun to the head, shot. And the mothers, when their production declines similar to the dairy industry for cows, the goat dairy industry is no different, and they send those goats to often be non-stun halal slaughtered. And I've done investigations where we've filmed what appear to be spent dairy goats being slaughtered without being stunned and flailing about, fully conscious, with blood spraying out their neck, vomit coming out the hole in their neck in a horrific fashion. Why isn't it just as offensive to exploit, kill, and eat the bodies or sell the bodies of goats? Pigs. This Vietnamese restaurant selling pigs, chickens, cows, fish. Dog is too far though, because I've got a pet dog and I've been culturally conditioned that dogs are my friends. Don't get me wrong, I love dogs. I love dogs so much. I love dogs more than people. My dog just recently passed away. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me extremely sad. It's like I lost a little brother or a son. Incredibly, I love dogs. I don't want to see any animals slaughtered. I've spent time with cows. They are just as amazing as dogs in every way that matters. Unique personalities. They all deserve the right not to be slaughtered for trivial reasons like to be eaten. I mean, this is so archaic and so regressive and so old school, old fashioned, like we're still murdering cows for burgers. I think that the people who are pissed off about this, let's just go to the comments section here. The annoying part is not just that it's dog meat, but how did that dog die? I've stopped eating all these Asian foods. Where can we get foods tested? Well, you can never be sure. You can never be sure if you're eating non-stun halal meat. You can never be sure if there's feces in your meat. You can never be sure if you go to a restaurant and they're serving dogs or cats. You cannot be sure because it's the flesh from an animal. And you might think, oh, that animal tastes a bit gamey. That animal's a little bit, what's going on there? Or it might just be so battered and got so much flavor and so much soy sauce on it that you wouldn't know. What is the morally significant difference anyway? Like, we need to start thinking of the sentient experience of these animals. It's easy for us to realize that dogs are sentient beings that deserve our respect. And, if someone kicked a dog, you would be quite upset. And if someone kicked a dog in front of me, I'd probably smash him in the face with a left hook. Probably. And you'd probably give me a medal for it. But if I had assaulted someone for harming another animal, say a pig, say I was a farmer that had kicked his pig in the farm, and I decided to punch him in the face, a bit of poetic justice, a bit of moral justice. I wouldn't do it because I obviously operate within the bounds of the law, and I don't believe that that would be the right way. I would get arrested for that. How would one be morally justified? I'd get a medal for, and might be chastised for doing the same to someone who we investigate who are harming and torturing animals. I mean, the double standards, it's just crazy. I mean, it would be like if someone was a different race and, well, this happens. What do you mean it would be like? It's not hypothetical. This stuff happens all the time. I mean, if you were to, let's just put it to, oh yeah, we see this currently in many fashions. The most horrific things can be justifiable in the minds of the race that sees themselves as supreme over the other race. I'll leave you to decide on what world issues that applies to. but it also applies to different animals. And because we love dogs, because we've been brought up around dogs and cats, if anyone harmed a dog or cat, we would take that as a personal attack and, we want retribution. But then we as a society pay people to do more than kick these animals, to do the worst possible thing to farmed animals you could possibly imagine, which is to exploit them, steal their babies, often torture and mutilate them, and then send them to a horrific place. One of the most horrific places on earth are slaughterhouses. Don't believe me? Take the animals out the slaughterhouses, replace them with humans, and then tell me how horrific that would be. A systematic slaughter machine, okay? Now, yes, wars are terrible, horrible, but there's a 100% kill rate in a slaughterhouse, okay? 100% kill rate in a slaughterhouse. There's not civilian casualties, there's not collateral damage, there's not this amount of people dying, this percentage of the population. No, it's 100% of the animal population don't make it out alive from a slaughterhouse. And they are the most horrific places on earth. By far, by far. You don't believe me? Why don't you take your pet animal there to be euthanized in a slaughterhouse, a gas chamber, a halal slaughterhouse? Because if you buy goat's cheese, that's where goats are going. If you buy bacon, that's where pigs are going. And now if you're going to a restaurant, you might not be sure what species of animal it is. You might not even be sure if it's a human animal, all right? It might taste similar to pork. I mean, that's what serial killers who are also cannibals say. Kind of crazy, this whole, this speciesism thing it's so ingrained into society. Like, it's very, to be woke on this kind of thing, I don't consider myself the most woke, and a lot of people don't like the word woke, but it is kind of like you kind of become aware of these kind of programs that we have. You're not a free thinking individual if you eat all the animals that people tell you to eat and only get disgusted by the animals that it's not culturally right to eat, and instead don't look deeper and think, actually, why am I eating animals at all, right? Why am I eating animals at all? What is it about me? Why do I believe that I am so special that I get to dictate who lives and who dies because of a taste preference? It's not because you can't be healthy eating plant-based. It's not because, you need this to survive in most cases, especially if you've got access to a mobile phone. You definitely don't need meat to survive in most cases. It's just because we like the way certain animals taste over others. If people are going to be harshly holding this man accountable, which I agree should be holding this man accountable, right? All animal abusers should be held accountable. But I would call for consistency, moral consistency. And if you're paying someone to do something just as horrific in the British meat industry, which we expose all the time, and if you are under any illusions about what takes place in the British meat industry, then watch my film Pignorant, or go to my YouTube channel and click on the Uncovered playlist. Take a little peek at what the UK government allows to take place to animals because of the particular species they were born into. Completely cruel and unjust. I'm That Dream Girl says, whoever eats dog meat is a cruel person with no heart. Just for eating the dog? If you believe that, then please be consistent across the board with all other species of animals, because by consuming animals, you're creating a demand for more animals to be killed. It's very simple. You consume them, you eat their flesh, they need to replace the flesh, so they kill the animals, often torture them and mutilate them in horrific ways, exploit them, steal their children, everything that happens to animals in order for you to eat them. When you eat the animals, you're responsible for that because you're consuming them, creating the demand for more of that horrible thing to happen, for more killing, for more torture, for more exploitation. It's a very, very simple concept. People think that they don't cause animals to be killed by eating the meat. That's absolutely wrong. It makes no sense. You are the consumer that causes these animals to go into the slaughterhouses. Better to be honest with yourself. I'm not trying to say I never ate animals. I ate animals for decades. But it was when I realized that, wait a second, I can't be telling people save the whales, don't hurt dogs, or I don't like hunting, etc., when I'm causing the most horrific thing to happen to animals that you could possibly think of. Just so I can have a steak. Come on. I'm totally against eating dogs or cats. It's one thing to do it in their country, but to do it in ours is unacceptable. If this is true, give the stringiest, thought she was saying stringiest. That would be a bad penalty. If this is true, give the strongest penalty available. We do not need this cruelty. Penny, I agree with you. Please be consistent. Pat says, makes me feel sick. This person says, third world country now, swans getting killed and cooked, dogs being eaten, certain people's chewing their way through our pets and wildlife. Through our pets and wildlife, I'm not going to say their name because I'm just going to call them a flat out racist. You are causing horrible things to happen to animals that are just like these other animals. When they say our pets and wildlife, you just know they're a racist. Ben says, lock them up. I agree, mate. Lock them up, mate, and lock up anyone else who is selling murdered animals, right? This person here says savages. I mean, I agree. That's pretty cute. This screenshot of this dog. Oh my God, that is very cute. Yes. So this cute dog has called them savages, and I agree with the cute dog. Yeah, that's definitely the cute dog's Facebook page. So we'll call this dog Cutie McCutison, and I agree with them. So there we have it. You're going out for dinner in London, give that meat an extra check. If you want to be sure, just live vegan. Easy. Eat plant-based food. Ask for the vegan menu. Go to a vegan Vietnamese restaurant. Let me pull it up for you because I'm just that kind of guy. I'm going to make it easy for you. Happy Cow Vegan Vietnamese. My God, there's some really good vegan Vietnamese in most places in the world, actually. It's got really good reviews. Sen Viet Vegan in East London. Very good. Nice. Everyone loves it. So there you go. Look up Happy Cow. Find on Happy Cow your vegan Vietnamese. Or the vegan option you want, and you don't have to worry about whether that's a goat slaughtered in a halal slaughterhouse, a dog that has been tortured and killed, a pigeon that's been dragged off the street and killed and sold as chicken, or a chicken. You don't have to worry about the chicken, and you don't have to worry about... You are safe now. A lamb being killed before they've even got to experience their life. So young. You know, pigs screaming for their life in their own shit in a dungeon. Their mother stuck in a cage, giving birth to piglets that are dying underneath her. You don't have to worry about none of that if you just so eat plants, eat plant-based option. It's always good to get a plant-based burger. The food is great these days. I mean, I feel like at this point, like, I don't know, man. Just at this point, I kind of like oversaying it, like, to be honest, like not over saying it. It's not like I have a problem with continuously saying this forever. It's just that I'm kind of like just dumbfounded that such a simple thing could stop such horrific suffering and violence and fear and terror, killing, blood. Such a simple change, and it has changed my life in only positive ways. And you know, checking to see if something's vegan is so easy for us. Like, it hasn't, we're still the same people. I'm still the same person, except it's made me less violent, to be honest. Yeah, anyways, just, yeah, I don't really know what to say anymore. Think of these animals and be vegan.